Welcome to the Norwegian Farm with me, Farmer Buck. In this Let's Play series, my aim is to build and develop a Norwegian farm according to Norwegian farming history. So we're gonna try to play as authentic as we can to the evolution of the Norwegian farm from the 1960 and up until modern day. And what better map to do that on than Rennebu? I guess you all have maybe seen Rennebu map before, so I'm not gonna take you on a map tour or anything. But I would like to show you just how authentic this map is compared to the real world. So I'm now standing at this pre-built farm that Ola Haldo put in, and if you just take a quick look to see how it looks compared to the real world. So you can see we have the modern day cow barn here with the slurry pit. We have an older barn, sheep barn here, the house and a shed. And if we take a quick look at Google Map, at Bergtun gård as it's called in real life, you can see that it's really accurate to the real thing. The slurry pit, the modern barn, the old barn here, and the house and the shed. And also, if you compare this map to the in-game map, you will see that many of these fields are the same shape, and I don't know about the size, but at least it looks great. Also, this Rennebu, the store where we can sell stuff in the in-game, also look pretty much the same as the in-game one. The church as well, and it's a lot of things in the real world that are exactly the same as the in-game. Like this Felleskjøpet, where we deliver our crops for sale. So it's really good. Just take a look, and it's amazing. As I said, in this series, I'm planning to evolve a farm from the 60s, 70s up until modern day, and we're gonna try do it as accurate as possible according to the history. So it's kind of, we're gonna play through history. And I started this game from scratch with no equipment, no land, but I already bought the land and I built the farm and filled it with the equipment that we need to get started. So we can go down to the farm, take a look, and take it from there. My farm is down here in the 63, 66, 67, 68 area. You buy them all as a bulk. So I thought, why not? And yeah, let's go take a look. As I said, I'm gonna try to keep it as authentic to the real world as I can, and history. But I couldn't find any cheap house in the Buildings of Norway pack. But I did find this house, which is not from the pack, but it's easy could have been a Norwegian house. It looks very similar to Norwegian building tradition, so I thought we go for that one. I also put down a workshop here. It's not like this modern thing here over here, but building wise it could easily be a Norwegian construction. I plan to focus on cows and grass production, because in Norway cow and milk is a big part of the farm industry. But I wanted to start with the most authentic barn that I could find in this Buildings of Norway pack, and then I ended up with this one, and that's a sheep barn. But sheep is also a big part of Norwegian farming culture, so why not start with sheep? We're gonna build our way up to a modern day cow farm. Might have some landscaping left to do, but that's it. As you can see, we have 4 fields ready to harvest, so I'm gonna start with that very soon. The plan is to keep this the biggest field. I'm gonna keep growing grain, probably barley or oat. It's a normal crop in Norway, and I thought we could use that as a test field to see how much faster thing will go as we evolve and get bigger tractors, bigger harvester, and so on. So we're gonna try keep that grain always. This field here I plan to, after I harvest the grain, the wheat, to I'm gonna sow grass. And in this field I think I'm gonna put grass in that one too. The one over there I'm gonna put oat or barley. So also, because this sheep barn, the feed the sheep needs is silage and grass, and it has a silo inside so I can make silage, but it doesn't have any place to store grass. I tried to tipping the grass on the floor upstairs, but it just falls through the floor and disappeared. So to go around that bug or problem, I ended up building this multi-fruit silo. In real life you can't really store grass, it will decompose very quick, so I'm just gonna pretend for now that grass is hay, and I'm gonna store the grass inside here. This is not from the Buildings of Norway pack, but construction wise it's similar to Norwegian building tradition, so I thought we're gonna go with that one. Also I need a place to store the grain, so we're gonna use it for both. In the settings I said I started on scratch, but I have turned the economy to easy because we want some progress. We don't wanna spend years and years to evolve. So I saw that I have 2 fields that needs to be plowed, so I leased a plow because I'm not gonna buy it. I tried to buy all the equipment, but I leased this one because after I plow those 2 fields, I just deliver it. I don't plan to have any crops that require plowing, so I'm gonna use this and deliver it and be gone. As you can see, it's a Kverneland plow. It's a Norwegian plow, built not far from where I'm living. It's maybe a bit big for, say, 1960s, 70s, but it was a good alternative to the others. So we're gonna use that and deliver it. I have filled the barn with equipment based on what the equipment would be in the 60s, 70s. And some are really authentic, and some are substitute because I couldn't find anything else. We'll start with the harvester or the combine. Don't really know this brand, but it looks very similar to the harvester we would have in the 60s, 70s. In Norway, a typical harvester was from Volvo, a Swedish brand, and they look really close to this one. So I thought, why not? It's cheap, it's definitely old, and will do the job. the tank capacity is only 1500 liters, so it's going to take a while to harvest all those fields. I also filled up with some, this is lime, I guess, and fertilizer. I forgot when I bought the fertilizer that I have downloaded Yara fertilizer, but I remember when I bought the lime. And Yara is a Norwegian brand. It's one of the biggest producer of fertilizer in the world. So I thought we're gonna use that one. It also have the biggest factory in the world in Norway, producing fertilizer. So Yara, we're gonna stick with that. It's too bad I forgot about this one. And tractor-wise, we have I have picked out two Massey Ferguson, 135 and 165. They are both from the 100 series, created in between 1956 to 1975. No, 1964 to 1975. Those were two very popular tractors. They were sold all over the place, and in Norway you could probably find almost one of these in every farm. So I thought I'd start with this one. And Massey Ferguson is kind of the ancestor of all tractors, because when the creator Harry Ferguson developed his first tractor, the ep1, he created this 3-point hitch. It means that you attach the equipment on those two arms and on the top link here, which you can't see right now. I'm just gonna put on the seatbelt. What he did was he created this 3-point hitch, or attacher, as you can say. Before he invented this, you only had this one place to attach equipment, just like you would on a horse, so you could only pull equipment around. But when he invented this, that meant you could lift up the equipment. Before that, you couldn't lift it up, you only dragged it around. And one of the downside of just dragging like a plow was if the plow gets stuck and dig down to the ground, the tractor could flip over, it lift the front and fall back over the plow, and then killing the driver or injure him badly. So when Harry Ferguson developed this 3-point hitch, that was kind of the revolution of the tractor. And you still find this 3-point hitch in all tractors after. So it's the forefather of the modern tractor, so to say. It also included automatic depth control of the equipment. In the base here of the top link, if the plow start to go deeper in the ground, dig its way down in the ground, we put pressure on this top link into a valve in here, and then the tractor will automatically lift up the plow again, so it didn't get stuck or anything. So this was not this one, but the ancestor, the ep1, was a real revolution to the tractors. The sewing machine, I'm not quite sure about what year and from where, but it looks kind of similar to an old cedar, so I thought why not, and I picked it up. The harrow is a lizard harrow. I don't know anything about about this one, but it certainly looks old, and it's pretty similar to a harrow back in the 60s. This hay fork is also from Kverneland. It's the real thing. Developed in the 50s, and was to find on every farm in Norway, I guess, back in the days. Trailer-wise, I struggle a bit to find a authentic old trailer, but I ended up with this one because other small and old look so big compared to the tractor. So I thought I'm gonna start with this one. It takes 3,000 liters of crop, or you can put it in bale mode, and you can take bales or fertilizer bags and so on, and strap them on. The fertilizer spreader, I did find one older, but it had so low capacity and working with, I thought we're gonna have some progress, so I picked up this one. I don't know the year of this one, but the first one and the oldest fertilizer look pretty much like this one, so I thought, why not? The barns overall, the barn overall looks, as I said, really authentic to a typical Norwegian barn. You would find all kinds of equipment and fertilizer, food, hay, straw up here. And, probably some place where you could fix the tractor, some tools and stuff. And this silo. This is real authentic to silos back in the days. They were up until the beginning of the 21st century. This was what people built. In the real old days, they would have a door down here, so they make the silo and they open the door and they can take the food out and into the animals downstairs. As the silos got bigger and the farms got bigger, they would install a crane and a rail system in the roof. So you would take up the silage, lift it out, and you would have holes in the floor where you drop the food down to the animals. And the animals in both a sheep barn and a cow barn would be standing on each side of the barn. So you would have the feed tray in the middle. In this one you have the drop the feed down here, and that's probably a lot of barns that actually have the hole placed like this. But the ones I'm familiar with have the holes in the middle. So as we develop and get money and we get new, upgrade our equipment, we can't go from this old tractor, and jump straight up to a 5S Massey or something. We will upgrade slowly and try to follow the history line. I'm not gonna play like 1 year is 1 year or anything. We see the money grow, and we'll work our way up to the top. The goal is, as I said, to have a modern day Norwegian farm, as authentic as possible. But the modern day Norwegian farm is kind of global, so we're not that stuck to building tradition as we was back in the days. So I'm not sure if my end goal will be to have this Norwegian barn. Because I would like to have a barn where we could go inside and check out where the cows would walk and milk and feed and everything. As I said, the Norwegian barns now are influenced by Europe and the Western world, so pretty free on the end barn. I would like one, but I will see what I find at the mud hubs and so on. Equipment-wise, I will try to play according to history, and we'll take a look at how the tractors evolve up in the days. Mod-wise, I'm using a lot of mods, I'm downloading a lot of mods, but I'm using Horseplay, as you can see, and I think that's a great mod. It makes the worker system easier, or you can put in the headlines, and they will do everything. So, I think I'm just gonna get started, and I think I start with the fields I'm gonna sow grass in. I'm gonna start up this one, harvester, and we're gonna get started. If you haven't used cosplay, I haven't used it that much either, but what I noticed was when you use cosplay and the harvester is full, it if it's standing in the field, it's backing out, so that you can take your trailer under without destroying the crop, and that's really a good feature. Oops. So before they had harvesters like this, they would simply cut down the wheat and kind of collect it together and bind it up so they could carry it away and thresh it. But now we got this one, and I'm gonna see if I can get this courseplay working. We need there we go. And field work. As I said, I haven't used it that much, so we already have some problem here. Let's see. Yeah, we had some starting up problem with this courseplay. I'm not that familiar with the mod yet, and also when I got started, since I modify the field a bit, it was crashing up in the hill there. So, but now everything should be fine. We have to start harvesting our first harvest, and let's just get going. And I won't bore you with all this, so I see you all when the fields are done. Soon finish with the first harvest, and it's been taking quite a while to get to this point. We have a little bit left here, and we have used almost 1.5 hours on this field. As I said, mentioned in the beginning of the series episode, we're going to use this field as a control field so we can get a sense on how big of an impact the different invention had on the efficiency of the field work. So it's going to be fun to see how much quicker we will be able to harvest this field in the future. I also plan to do the same on one grass field. See, I use this hay fork to collect straw, and I don't think I'm gonna take everything because I don't really need it. But we're gonna use it on grass, at least the first harvest. I haven't start seeding anything yet, but I will soon. You can see here it works kind of slow. I think it's a 3.5 meter header, and yeah, it's been taking a while. This 165 is pulling the plow just fine. Do get some stones up though, and I can't really use this stone machinery, but I did find a substitute, like the shovel down there, to put on the back of the tractor and just drive around picking it up. Back in the days, in the 60s, 70s, you would pick the stones by hand. You will gather the family and relatives and out in the field, tractor and trailer, and you would handpick the stones. But we can't do that, so I use that shovel down there. Alright, now I got 53,000 liters of straw. I think I'm gonna say that's enough. We got 11,000 oat, 8,600 canola. So we're gonna need some trip with our small trailer to deliver all that, but I think one of the first thing we need to upgrade maybe is the trailer. It would also be great to upgrade the harvester. We have to see the money. We still need some grass equipment to cut the grass. We're gonna start small and old, so I have an idea of a mower we're gonna use. But look at that, we are finally finished, and almost exactly 1.5 hours. It was quite a while. But we managed to do a lot of stuff in the meantime. We plow the fields, we cultivated the one besides us, we picked the stones, and there is one thing missing before I can start seeding and fertilizing, and that is that I'm playing with precision farming. I don't have the module to put on the tractor to take soil sample, so I have to go in the map and buy it. And I don't know how much that's gonna cost. Let's see, 3,000. Okay. Oh, loamy sand. That's almost the worst soil we can have. But yeah, that's what it is. So now I can finally start seeding, fertilizing. I guess I need lime and stuff. So a lot of work to do still. I think this will be it for this episode, and in the next episode I plan to have that when the grass is ready for the first harvest. So hopefully, if anybody is watching at all, I see you in the next episode. Bye bye.